Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Liaquat Zaman. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We are going through the poetry of Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Poems, inshallah. You guys are going to understand, inshallah. But before you guys understand poetry, you guys need to do me a favor. Hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment as well. And tell me how these videos benefit you, or how have you benefited from these videos. So back to this then. If you guys are not familiar with my YouTube channel, I make videos and content for you guys to be able to understand the Arabic language. Now I'm sure many of you guys out there have been studying Arabic or on the verge of studying Arabic. You want to maybe get into, I don't know, Arabic speaking, Arabic writing. Those are all very good, but I am focusing here on getting you guys to be able to comprehend Arabic, and poetry is quite a difficult task. So this is why I'm doing this. So today's poem, let's crack on with it then. He says, يا مؤثر الدنيا على دينه والتائح الحيران عن قصده أصبحت ترجو الخلد فيها وقد أبرز ناب الموت عن حده هيهات إن الموت ذو أسهم من يرمه يوما بها يرده لا يصلح الواعظ قلب امرئ لم يعزم الله على رشده. Beautiful poem this is. So this poem is basically about Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu seeing this guy who was acting very arrogant, going around showing off. So he said this poem. What does the poem mean? Ya mu'thir ad-dunya. Mu'thir, this is actually good, isn't it? Me using the arrow button. You guys can see which word I'm talking about. I like that. Let me know if you guys like it as well. Ya mu'thir ad-dunya ala dinihi. Ya mu'thir, athara yuthiru ithar. It means to give preference, tafdeel, to give preference to one thing over the other. Now in the Quran, if you guys can find the verse of the Quran, this is a famous verse about a particular companion in Medina who gave preference to others over himself, even though the verse is talking about the Ansar or Muslims in general. So if you can find that, put it in the comments below. Ya mu'thir ad-dunya, oh the one who gives preference to the world, oh the one who gives preference to the world, ala dinihi, over his deen, over the worldly life. So deen, obviously you guys know what religion is, so mu'thir ad-dunya ala. So in Arabic when you use this word, you're going to use athara yuthiru ithar, you're going to use it with the word ala. Okay, so make sure you guys remember that. So you might want to say, for example, athartu الصلاة على التلفاز آثرت حب الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم على حب I don't know الممثلين or anything of that kind of nature. والتائح الحيران عن قصده تائح تاح يتيح, right? تاح يتيح. This is in Surah Baqarah if you can find. So, or in the Quran you can find it. At-ta'ih, it means someone who is wandering blindly. Yatihuna fil ard. Yeah, someone who is wandering around blindly, not being able to see their destination. So you call this person at-ta'ih. This guy's at-ta'ih, like really kind of doesn't know where he's going. Al-hayran, hayran is from hara yahiru, which means to be bewildered, confused, disoriented, like not knowing exactly what's happening. So at-ta'ih, oh the one who has given preference to the dunya over the deen. And oh the one who is confused, walking around without any purpose and objective. And hayran, the one who is confused, baffled. And qasdihi, qasd means aim, objective, location. So what Sayyidina Ali is basically saying, he's saying to the person that, oh the one who has given everything in his life behind the dunya, over his deen, put his deen on the back burner and given everything to his dunya. And the one who is confused in life, does not know his purpose, is confused, wandering around like a beast, an animal that has no purpose. أصبحت ترجو الخلد فيها وقد أصبح يصبح إصبح. It means, this word has come many times before. It means to become in this case. أصبحت, you have become, sirta. ترجو الخلد. Raja yarju, again this word has come many times before as well. So Raja yarju means to hope أصبحت ترجو الخلد. You have now become hoping for khuld, for immortality. Khuld means to live here forever. You've become such that you're now expecting, you're anticipating that you're going to stay here forever. Fiha, in the world. Dunya. Right? So the dunya is feminine. Waqad. And then that carries on to the next line. Does that make sense? So, asbahta, oh, the mu'thira dunya. You have become such that you are hoping that you're going to live on the earth forever. The way you're living your life is as though you're never going to die. وَقَدْ أَبْرَزَ نَابُ الْمَوْتِ عَنْ حَدِّهِ وَقَدْ أَبْرَزَ. And indeed you have exposed. أَبْرَزَ يُبْرِزُ إِبْرَازِ. It's like in the Quran. وَبَرَزُوا لِلَّهِ الْوَاحِدِ الْقَهَّارِ. So, baraza yabruzu. Abraza yubrizu is adhara yudhiru. To make something exposed, to bring something out. Abraza nabul maut. Nab, sharp teeth or teeth. Right? So, fangs you call nab. So, if you have sharp teeth, yeah, like me, these are called nabs, all right? So nabul maut is the teeth of death, the tooth of death. So the tooth of death has abraza, has exposed an haddihi, exposed its sharp tips. So had means something that's at the tip, on the side. So abraza nabul mauti, this is a very beautiful expression, this is. Let me explain why. Like, normally, obviously, a human being is a person who would expose something, show something. Like, let's say, for example, you're walking down the road, someone, I don't know, a thief or someone wants to harass you, rob you. They open their jacket and they show you a knife or they show you a gun. You would say, abraza sariq al-musaddas or al-sayf. Here, it's actually talking about the tooth of death. Now, death obviously does not have teeth, so this is what we call majaz, right? So it's isti'ara. He's describing death like a wild beast that has come, and he's saying the wild beast, death, that has sharp fangs. So you're imagining death like a wild beast, right? So it's like crazy lion, let's say, has exposed its sharp tooth, and an animal only exposes the sharp teeth when they're about to pounce and dig their teeth right into their prey. Abraza nabul maut. The tooth of death has exposed, has drawn, has shown its sharpness and haddihi. So you have to use an after you use abraz. Okay, so abraza fulan an. Haddi, had means like the sharp edge of a knife. So imagine teeth are very sharp. So he's basically saying to the guy that you're living your life as though death is not going to come to you. But in reality, death has already exposed its teeth, showing its teeth. Snarling, yes, about to jump on you and bite you. Abraza nabul maut and haddihi, its tip. Beautiful, isn't it? I think it's very deep how sometimes the Arabs in their poems, they come out with something which has all this imagery in your head, right? Of a wild beast, of a scary situation. Hayhata innal mauta dhu ashumin. Hayhata. Right, in the Quran this comes as well. So hayhata means like when something is very, very far-fetched, something is very far away. You say, hayhat. That's very far-fetched. It's like in the Quran when they would say, oh, you're going to be resurrected. Hayhata. That's all fables. That's not true. That's just made up, far-fetched. Hayhata innal mawta dhu ashumin. Hayhat innal mawta dhu ashumin. So how are we going to translate hayhat here then? So first of all, let's do the rest of it, then we'll come back to this. Innal mawta, indeed death, dhu ashumin, is a possessor of many arrows. Dhu, possessor, sahib. Ashum, siham, saham, it's an arrow, right? Nabal. Hey, so, وَقَدْ أَبْرَزَ نَابُ الْمَوْتِ عَنْ حَدِّهِ. Death, the tooth of death has exposed itself. It's exposed its sharpness. Like a lion is trying to say, get ready, pray. Get ready, dear, I'm going to dig my teeth into you. Hayhata, how far-fetched is what these people are thinking? Meaning, how far-fetched is it that you're not going to die? How far-fetched is it that you're going to be immortal? Hayhata. How impossible, how preposterous is that? Innal mawta dhu as'umin. Indeed, death has many arrows. Beautiful, isn't it? Look how you, subhanallah. I like it. Then tell me if you like it as well. من يرميه يوما بها يرده. من يرميه. Now يرميه is originally يرميه and يرده is يرديه. Right? So رمى يرمي أردى يردي. So because of man is what we call shart. So the jazam has been applied to it, right? So you shortened it to yarmi to yarmi. And the same with yurdi to yurdi. من يرميه يوما. Whoever death shoots, Rama yarmi, whoever death shoots, yarmihi, him, yawman, one day, biha, with it, meaning with the arrows, yurdihi, will destroy him. Arda yurdi irda. If you know in the Quran as well, this word comes many times as well in the Quran. Yeah. And various forms of it come as well. Yeah. So, like for example, al-mutaraddiyatu, al-mutaraddiya. Right, so this is from Bab ifti'al, mutaraddiya. Yeah, ifti'al. And there's also other forms as well. If you know where they are, if you can find them, put them in the comments below. Man yarmihi, whoever it shoots one day with those arrows, yurdihi, will destroy it, will annihilate it. La yuslihu al-wa'idhu qalba mri'in. La yuslihu al-wa'idh. Someone who is given wa'adh. Wa'idh means someone who is giving wa'adh. Okay, wa'adh. Wa'adh means like, someone who's giving advice. So a wa'idh is a person who is advising someone, right? So who's kind of like trying to get them to do good, stop them from doing bad. So he's saying, al-wa'idh, the guy who is giving a talk, the guy who is giving a bayan, the guy who is giving a sermon, al-wa'idh, or any person for that matter, whoever is giving the wa'adh, la yuslihu, cannot correct, aslaha yuslihu islah, cannot correct, qalba mri'in, the heart of a person. So in other words, it doesn't matter how much bayans you give, it doesn't matter how many pieces of advice you send to your friend to try and sort them out, cannot correct the heart of a person who lam ya'zimi Allahu ala rushdihi. Azama ya'zimu, it means to make a firm resolution, firm intention. Who Allah has not intended ala rushdihi, upon their guidance. Rushd, guidance, right? So intellectual guidance. Meaning, if Allah has not destined for a person to be guided, and that person has no bother, does not want to be guided, has no intention, then doesn't matter how many advices you give them, they will not become good. Their hearts will not become rectified. Does that make sense? Beautiful, isn't it? So let's go through this again. I think it's a lot to take in. Let's actually try it again. Ya mu'thira dunya ala dinihi. Oh, the one who has given preference to the dunya over his deen. Allah, I like that tune. وَالتَّائِحَ الْحَيَرَانَ عَنْ قَصْدِهِ. And the one who is wandering, baffled, عَنْ قَصْدِهِ, from his destination or his objective. أَصْبَحْتَ تَرْجُ الْخُلْدَ فِيهَا وَقَدْ. You've become anticipating, hoping for immortality, فِيهَا, in this world. وَقَدْ أَبْرَزَ نَابُ الْمَوْتِ عَنْ حَدِّهِ. Whilst the tooth of death has exposed its sharpness, meaning it's ready to pounce. هَيْهَاتَ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ ذُو أَسْهُمٍ. How far-fetched and how preposterous is your belief and assumption that you're not going to die. Indeed, al-maut dhu ashumin, death possesses many arrows like a hunter. Now he's describing death as a hunter. Man yarmihi yawman biha yurdihi. Whoever death shoots one day with those arrows, yurdihi, will annihilate him. La yuslihu al-wa'idhu qalba mri'in. A person giving advice cannot rectify the heart of a person. Lam ya'zim Allahu ala rushdihi. Who Allah has not made a resolution, intention to give them guidance. How beautiful is that? Yeah, now there's so many things in here, like I say, that need to be unpacked, and we go through the nahu of this and the sarf and the balagha points and the beautiful sort of like wisdoms behind what he's saying. But just to summarize some of the main things, where he says, so first of all, he's talking about this guy who has lost track of the deen, right? He has lost the plot of what's supposed to be happening, and he's engrossed himself in the dunya. So he looked at him and said, O the one who has given preference to the dunya over the deen. The one who is so confused because once you leave the deen, you've lost your GPS. You've lost your signal. Right? So you're taih, you're wandering around blindly, you're hayran, you're confused about everything, trying this and doing this and eating that. And then you almost kind of delude yourself into thinking that you're never going to die because the world has never ever given you anything which resembles death. But reality is death is waiting for everyone. Death is just taking out its teeth, almost about to pounce on its prey and showing its sharpness. Hayhata innal mawta dhu asumin. Then he describes death as being like a hunter that has ammunition, like a guy that has a sniper gun. Hayhata, how far-fetched is this belief that he has? Innal mawta dhu ashumin. Indeed, death is a possessor of many arrows. May yarmihi, whoever death shoots one day with its arrows will destroy it. There's no coming back. La yuslih al-wa'idhu. And then he just kind of finishes off and says, right, this guy doesn't want to listen to me. Doesn't matter how much advice I give him. If Allah has not intended guidance for him, he won't be rectified. Beautiful, yeah? Okay, so anyway, آثر يُؤْثِرُ إِيثَار. Right, that's a nice word there. So مُؤْثِرُ الدُّنْيا يُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِم. Right, so you can use that as well. تَاحَ يَتِيحُ حَيْرَانٌ. Yeah, again, a lot of these words appear in the Quran. What I would suggest you do is try to get as many words as you can, whatever you're studying, especially this, and try to find in the Quran where you can find them. That way your understanding of Quran will become clear as well, better. So أصبحت ترجو الخلد. Khuld is like living forever. خالدين, yeah, khuld, mukhallad. Just like in Surah Humaza. If you know in Surah Humaza where this word is used, put it in the comments below. So قد أبرز الناب الموت. This is a nice one as well. أبرز الناب الموت عن حده. أبرز عن حده. Yeah, so this is again a nice expression that you guys can use as well. من يرمه يوما بها يرده. من يرمه يرده. Whoever it shoots will destroy. Yeah, that's a nice sort of just shart and jaza as well. And this last part is very nice. لا يصلح الواعد قلب امرئ لم يعزم الله على رشده. It's a nice kind of like almost say an idiom. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of that. And by the way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you guys are interested in learning balagha, if you guys are interested in understanding these deep sort of like discussions of linguistics, then I would definitely recommend for you to do my 2 balagha courses on my uruq.com. Check them out. And honestly, you will benefit a lot if you're interested in understanding in the Quran the subtleties of the language. طيب. يقول سيدنا علي يا مؤثر الدنيا على دينه يا أيها الرجل الذي يفضل حياة الدنيا حياته على الإسلام على القرآن والسنة والتائح الحيران عن قصده ويا أيها الرجل الذي يتجول وهو أعمى يتيه وهو أعمى الحيران الذي تشوش عن قصده عن مقصده عن غرضه أصبحت ترجو الخلد فيها وقد يا أيها الرجل صرت تتمنى البقاء في الدنيا وقد أبرز ناب الموت عن حده وقد أظهر أسنان الموت المنية ناب أسنان عن حده عن الموضع الذي يعني يقطع به لحم الفريسة. هيهات إن الموت ذو أسهم. يا للعجب ما أبعده ما أغربه ما قال هذا الرجل. فإن الموت ذو أسهم. الموت مثل الرامي الذي ملك أسهم كثيرة جدا. من يرمه يوما بها يرده. من يرمه يوما الذي يرميه يوما واحدا الذي يرميه الموت الذي يلقي إليه الموت يوما واحدا بهذه النبل والأسهم يرده يهلكه. لا يصلح الواعظ قلب امرئ لا يصحح الواعظ الناصح فؤاد إنسان قلب فؤاد إنسان لم يعزم الذي لم يرد الله سبحانه لم يرد الرحمن هدايته. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know if there's any suggestions that you guys have. And as always, make dua Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts this work from us as well and gives you the ability to be able to preserve the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also thank you to all my patrons, special thank you to all my patrons, beautiful, wonderful souls who are supporting my channel on a monthly basis. It means a lot to me. Without you guys, it would be very difficult for me to be able to produce videos. And if any of you guys want to become patrons as well, you want to support my channel, or you just want to make one-off donations towards my channel, please check out the description below, or you can email me as well. And that's it, guys. I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.